Culture Girl. We're in the East Room of the original library at the Morgan Library and Museum, and we're getting a look at what the bookcases here are going to look like once they're finally illuminated. And this is Tom Shannon, who's Director of Facilities here, who's been overseeing this enormous project of restoring, relighting, cleaning, and making more and more space for the collections. And here we have the director of the Morgan, William Griswold, who's going to show us and tell us a little bit, Bill, about what's going to happen here with these cases and why this is so much better than what was here before, and perhaps tell us a little more about what's going to happen in this room.
Well, the lighting in this room originally was delivered primarily by fluorescent tubes just underneath each tier of bookcases. And those fluorescent tubes were very old. The color of the light wasn't quite right. The fluorescent tubes illuminated the upper part of the bookcases, not the lower part, and they reflect. You could actually see the reflection of the tubes on the plexiglass just in front of the books, just behind these grills. Mm-hmm. With the new lighting, the bookcases are evenly illuminated from floor to ceiling, and we'll replace the reflective plexiglass that you can see, for example, here in the far corner of the room, with a non-reflective plexi, so that one will be able to see much better the richly tooled bindings of the books that in Mr. Morgan's original library. Okay,
you're doing a bit more with the floor and with the ceiling. You want to tell us a little about what's happening
sure.
there?
I mean, well, this room has one of the most spectacular ceilings in New York City, and we are going to beautifully illuminate and evenly illuminate the ceiling, including the lunettes, this wonderful painted ceiling, and we are going to clean the stained glass ley light, which over time had become extremely dirty, which was very difficult to clean. We're actually constructing on the opposite side of that skylight a movable platform that will enable us to maintain the ceiling much better going forward. And then the floor will be very different. We had placed in this room a dark maroon modern carpet, and that is being replaced by a spectacular, very large, antique Persian rug, late 19th century Persian rug, which picks up the colors of the bindings of the books, and which is very similar to the one that we know was originally in this space from early photographs of the room, and which is now lost.
Speaking of which, there's something else here that was in the original room and hasn't been here for a long time. Can you tell us about that?
Oh, this wonderful Aladdin's lamp type fixture, which originally hung in this space, very low, as you can see, just below, in fact, the threshold of the principal door. And this has been in the basement for decades, and we rehung this today. And I think that it gives a tremendous sense of scale to the room. It is a spectacular fixture, and very much enriches the decorative effect of the whole.
And you're doing much more in all the other spaces down here in the original building. But tell us what the overall goal of these tremendous efforts in renovating, redecorating, and relighting. What is the principle, the mission behind it?
We want to improve the presentation of this building, which is our historic core and one of the great buildings in New York. We want to better interpret these spaces, and so we're rethinking the signage that we put in these spaces. We've recently introduced an audio guide to the McKim building, which will be very helpful to our visitors. And we are introducing, this is the other primary goal, we are introducing new display cases, beautifully illuminated, beautifully crafted walnut display cases in which to show much more of our permanent collection of books and manuscripts and music manuscripts and literary and historical manuscripts, Americana, and other works of art.
Thanks so much. I look forward to revisiting. I think October 30th is opening day of this new facility. We'll look forward to seeing it. Thanks, Bill.